All right. So, welcome. Apologize. Let's run it back. Every weeknight, 9:30-ish p.m. We go crazy. In fact, we going nuts right now. Hit it, Shay. Come on, a little bit more. Yeah, it's cold out here, y'all. And I'm telling you one thing. It's amazing. How come they don't know? No one's life is the Cosby Show. Killer cops is nothing new to melanated people, bro. Not in the America that locks us up for mega busting, legalized prostitution so the mob can get their cut. CIA agents bringing dope in from the south and spread it through the hood so we can take each other out. The sadness in the hood isn't just some recent shit. It's the same thing that you can see on the slave ship. Trauma passed through generations lead to a peculiar life. Can't believe in freedom, even if one of your parents right. I'ma do it right, cause I'm conscious and I know the way. I got roots in Africa. Pittsburgh was my birthplace. International businessman from inmate 15208. African Messiah, dog. Someone had to say today. All you want is metaphors about the club and freaking horse. Stacking up your paper, flashy cars, and them foreign tours. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. It starts out with Congress, yeah. Them the folks who scheme and plot. Once they pass the laws, it's on you and I to know what's up. And since we don't, that's how come the jails are jam-packed with us. I got my fist raised. And unity is in my heart. No matter who you are, come and live your truth. That's how it starts. Yeah. That's how it starts. Go get them. Go, 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 go. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. All you want is metaphors. International businessman. Can't believe in freedom. Pleasure to meet each and every one of you. Taibu Muad'Dib and Shay. This is Live Your Truth. Pull up a chair. Get your popcorn ready. Let's make it happen together. We appreciate you for joining us. Tap in. All right. It's about time. So, trying to make sure y'all can hear me. So, trying to make sure y'all. Okay, we got sound. All right, got to fact check everything. Tyden Woody right here, man. Founder and creator of Effort Focus and Commitment Workbook, First Step Coaching Academy. Let's go. Now, it's a holiday. How many of you are really going to celebrate this holiday? How many of you are really going to celebrate freedom? Any kind of freedom. Freedom from a relationship, freedom from, whatever, any kind of freedom. How many of y'all going to truly celebrate this freedom today? All right. You shooting off fireworks, might be doing a little drinking. How many of you are going to celebrate that freedom? All right. So, when I look at today's topic, he wants to, she doesn't. How does he go about getting his way? All right. See, now you guys didn't know. Now I got the proper bong sway up in here.
I can really teach you guys some things. And I fully integrated my teaching and coaching platform, the First Step Coaching Academy, with my show. So I will be entertaining you because I'm an entertaining guy, but I'm also going to be digging deep into your subconscious to make sure that you elevate, right? So many of you are stuck in things in negative self-talk and stuck in things. I can't talk to your conscious. Your conscious has a lock on it, right? I call it the prison of poor decision making. That's real. Write that down. The prison of poor decision. Many of you are trapped in a life you don't want to be in, which is a prison, because of your own poor decisions. If you want to know more about that, go to calendly.com/Coach Taibu for assistance now. Go ahead and book it. Let's go. All right. So he wants to, she doesn't. How does he go about getting his way? Now, back in the day, right, in the ancient days, man just clunked the woman on the head, took her with him, and that was that, right? Now, that's how it started. These days, that's called domestic violence because we're a civilized society, right? Nowadays, a man should be able to do what? Use his mouthpiece to get her to go along. If his mouthpiece is slick enough, she gonna bop herself in the head and follow along, right? Okay. Now, I'll go through my checklist, all right? So, you saw the pictures, guys pleading to their woman for whatever reason. She's like, no. He's like, please. Okay? Men, we've all been in this situation. That's what it looks like when you in the doghouse, right? When you in the doghouse, that's how it looks, right? Trying to get yourself out that doghouse. How do you do it? The first step is get an understanding, right? Because if you have an understanding, you have a foundation to continue to build on. Without an understanding, people, you don't have a foundation that you can build anything on. And if you're wondering how come you keep going over the same thing or saying the same thing to the same person, it's because you don't have an understanding. Write that down. Okay? So, get understanding gives you a solid foundation. Don't just get any old foundation. Let's call it a solid foundation. She understands who you are. You understand who she is. Now all you need to do is understand how to communicate with each other to where the other person doesn't feel attacked, doesn't feel like it's a confrontation, right? Trying to lift them up, build them up. Get an understanding for her, fellas. That builds a solid foundation for which you can build something with it, fellas. What are you saying, Taibu? It's a process. If you don't get your way that day, be patient. If you love her, be patient. If you're not in love with her yet, if you think you know she's cool, be patient. All right? Fellas, if you didn't know, to women, patience is sexy. Oh, yeah. Even if it's not real patience, right? To women, patience is sexy. When I was younger, and many of you are still doing this now, I used to holler at somebody I wouldn't kick it with for whatever reason. And then I was still kicking with other people, right? Waiting on her to say yes. Now, depending on your situation, it's kind of like, it's kind of like a legitimate business, right? Because you're going to what? Follow up over and over and over again. And maybe if you made a good impression the first time, you might not have to follow up. She'll do the follow up when she's available. All right, she'll reach out to you. But fellas, to women, patience is sexy. There's nothing sexier to a woman than a patient man. All right? Fellas, you want to know how to get your way? Let's go through it again. Step 1, get an understanding with her. That step 2 builds a solid foundation for which to build something. All right? Be patient. Step number 3. It's a process. Too many of us men wear the machismo, and go back a couple of weeks and look at my podcast on YouTube, right? Taibu Woody 4019. Go back and look at that so you can see how machoism tears down. It's the antithesis to feminine energy. They don't want that. I'm not saying you can't feel macho, but they don't want you to exude that all in their space. Thumbs down. He wants to and she doesn't. Okay. Don't you see why understanding is necessary? She already rocking with you because she with you. Why doesn't she want to? Don't make it seem like it's her just being her. She might not want to because it's you being you. She might not want to because of something you did last week and forgot about it. Fellas, when it comes to slights in relationships, women never forget. Remember this. And because of that reason, after your patience, you have to make a move. You have to make a move, fellas. All right? You show the patience, you have to make a move. After you've been patient, after you know that she knows you took it on the chin. Bam. She didn't want to go. She didn't want to do. She didn't want to have. Patience. Then you make a move. Now I got 3 suggestions on how to make that move. All right. You want to get your way. She doesn't want to do it. You want to get your way. I got 3 suggestions. Take it to the bank. All right. Suggestion number 1. What is Taibu doing for you fellas now? He's giving you strategy. This is why I have a coaching academy, you guys. Strategies. All right. This is who I am. This is what as a certified achievement coach, this is what I do. Suggestion number 1. Physical touch. Oh, yeah. Make a move. Physical touch. You'll find out real quick, fellas, how mad she is or how bad she doesn't want to do it if she's like, right? You know I'm telling the truth. Physical touch, though. If you do it correctly, and that's why step number 1 is get understanding. If you have a foundation with her, you know she likes her feet rubbed. You know she has tension in her neck. She wants a neck massage. She might want you to blow in her ear. Physical affection, not a whole bunch. I'm not saying grab her hand, walk her to the bedroom. I'm saying something gentle. Ease up behind her. Get a little grind on her. See what she does. Because you have to pull her into you. Right now, she's closed off. But that physical affection, if you got understanding with her, you have a solid foundation with her, and you're patient, which is sexy to her, she's waiting for you to be physical. Which is suggestion number 2. Shut up. Shut up. Don't say nothing. Right? You make a move, you're physical with her, and she say, what are you doing? Don't say nothing. It's nothing more relaxing and attractive to a woman than a man that speaketh not. All right? I'm just going to add the note there. Speaketh not. Don't say a word, fellas. I had a good friend, and now a good friend, and a mentor tell me, Taibu, don't say nothing. Right? Like, bro, you got it going on. When you out here making moves, bro, don't say a word. Let people just see what you've already developed over years. He said they can see the physical discipline. They know what your mindset is. Don't say a word. Let them think what they want to think. And then just as you move, they're going to follow. This is what he told me. I got to thinking, yeah, okay. Suggestion number 3. Accept the situation. Accept it. That might be tough, and you might think you're not getting your way, but when you accept her, when you accept her moves, when you accept her attitudes, when you accept her wrongs, when you accept her imperfections, come on, that's how you get your way. I'm not even talking about leveraging, putting up with her stuff and saying, I'll put up with your stuff, you put up my, nah. What I'm saying is your pool of grace, of affection, of understanding, empathy, your pool has to be, fellas, our pool has to be way bigger than hers. Like, I'll give y'all an example. Having a baby. Fellas, as soon as she finds out she's pregnant, she's thinking about this watermelon-sized new human coming out of a hole the size of an orange. You know what I'm saying? We can't compare that because we sitting there like, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? We just waited for it to come out. Fellas, women have so much other stuff going on. Seriously. If you want to get your way, it's a process. Be patient. Show her that you can circle them wagons around her, that she can come at you and the reins, her attitude can beat against you and you will stand firm. That's how you get your way. Accept the situation. It's going to pass. It's going to pass. How many of you men out there right now are okay with accepting the situation? Accepting that's not going to happen. See, I wasn't ready for that. Y'all like, Taibu, how can I get my way? I want my way. She shouldn't be with you if that's who you are and that's how you are. She should. Because a relationship is not based on just what one person wants. Relation, right? A dictatorship is what your relationship sounds like if it's just about what one person wants. And so a lot of people who don't want to be told about themselves and have grave insecurities, they're dating a bunch of people or they're out there sneaky linking and they're out there doing all these different things, right? To have something to fall back on. And so they're not really experiencing the true essence of what love is. People that make monogamy sound like it's a curse. People who demonize monogamous relationships, who find all these different types of philosophies to reason out why monogamy is not what's up. Those people will never really be alive. They will never really understand in the holiest biblical sense of what it means to have a better half, for her to be your rib, for y'all to connect on that level. See, I wasn't ready for that. So fellas, who's making the greater commitment? Her or you? I mean, who's left holding the bag if it doesn't work? If she goes all the way for you, creates life for you, and you decide you want to be with somebody else, who's left holding the bag? And because of how our bodies are made, they know this. They know that you can go for years, have a great body, keep yourself in shape, and women are going to be attracted to that. They have all this competition because but if you decide to walk out on her, them kids stay. Right? Even if you leave her the house and the car and stuff like that, she's no longer really considered by the definition of the late great Kevin Samuel. She's no longer really considered a high value woman. She's considered a woman that's of worth with liability. So who's making the greater commitment? So we as men have to be ready to be understanding, get an understanding with them, establish a solid foundation with them, be patient, because that's what sex is. I'm telling y'all. Go call her your friend, call her up, ask her right now. While I'm still alive, call her. Man, this dude on podcast said that patience is sexy. What do you think about that? And then make a move. If you already in the door, you better know what move to make. Otherwise, she shouldn't be with you. You're not paying enough attention to her. Fellas, raise your hand if you made that mistake and lost a good one. Not paying attention to her. And women have the right to demand that you pay attention to them, at least while they choose to be with you. I know I'm going somewhere. With this. I'm gonna take an intermission real quick and break off into a news chat. I mean, I'm giving y'all. I'll finish. I'll lock this thing down in a minute. I know y'all want some more of that. But look, let's go to the news. I'm telling y'all, man, it's crazy stuff going on in the news right now. I have to alert you. I have to alert my viewing audience to a couple of things going on in the news. You just have to know what's happening. All right. Just want you to know. What is it? When did that happen? Let's see, 1329. I'm just going right now. Let's go. All right. And y'all not going to believe this. Mail-in packages. Let's go. And this right here, I'm telling y'all, I think I figured this thing out. I'm going to share this just so you know, but I want you guys to believe me. You have to be wise about how you move. And you can't take nothing for granted. Nothing. All right? You think you know somebody you don't? You can't take nothing for granted. Nothing. Just being real. Okay? All right, make sure that thing is snug in there. That boy popping out on me again. All right. So we're taking this quick break, news break, while y'all call y'all people up like, what you think, baby? If I was more patient, would that be sexier? You know what I'm saying? While y'all calling y'all people up. Let's see what we can get done real quick right here. Think I got this down. All right. Let me play this clip for you real quick, just so y'all can hear it the way I hear it. The story kicked off a little while ago, but now let's get into the sentencing phase and the court phase and the actual, jury trial phase. It's getting pretty crazy.
Alleged gunman in Texas shooting that killed 5 neighbors indicted on capital murder charge. The move gives prosecutors the option of seeking the death penalty against Francisco Oropesa in connection with the April attack north of Houston. Cleveland, Texas. A man accused of killing 5 neighbors in Texas after some of them complained that gunfire was keeping a baby awake was indicted Friday on a charge of capital murder of multiple persons, which allows prosecutors to seek the death penalty.
This is what's interesting to me. Did y'all hear what they said kicked it off? I'm telling you. And look, I'm going to let it play on because you have to hear how zany this is. But The police were told that he was asked to stop shooting his guns so the babies could sleep. He slaughtered the whole house. You have to know who you're dealing with, people. I don't care how long they've been living next door to you. Before you approach them, you have to know if they're of sound mind.
Prosecutors said they didn't yet know whether they would pursue capital punishment against Francisco Oropesa, 38, a Mexican national who had been deported multiple times in the years before the April attack outside Houston. In May, he was charged with 5 counts of murder. I think it's a little too early for us to make that call, San Jacinto County District Attorney Todd Dillon said. Oropesa is scheduled to appear in court in August. Anthony Asso, his attorney, said his client will plead not guilty. We expected the capital indictment, so there's no surprise, Asso said. We have been contacted by many people in support of Mr. Oropesa's character.
Just a quick word from.
Now, I don't know about you, but either this guy is a snitch for the government or he has cartel money behind him. One way or another, if you can afford an attorney who will go, if you can afford an attorney who will go on record as saying, we have been contacted by people who speak of his character. If I was to let it play past the commercial, it would say that there are many, he's the attorney, I gotta check this, check it out, Google it, check it out. The attorney goes on to say that there are many people in the neighborhood who say that he helped them out, this and that. Man, this guy could have carried the groceries home for every old lady on the block before he decided to murder 5 people. What are we even discussing here? But I want you all to know that this is how you shape a jury's opinion through mainstream and social media. Right? This has been happening for years. This is how you shape the minds of a media. So that attorney definitely is a paid attorney. Definitely. You know, somebody's paying that attorney to get, he getting up there, he say, oh, this big guy is going to vouch for his character. Yeah, you vouch for somebody's character before they commit a quintuple homicide. It's amazing. And then let me be real. Who are you people? Who are you? I can see you saying, oh, Eduardo was so nice. I can't believe he did that. But to vouch for his character now? What kind of country is this? He'll plead not guilty? So it was his twin brother? Or a masked one-armed man? What did we discuss? This is not a movie. You have to understand. You know? It boggles my mind. But I'm putting this out there to all of you as a warning. Don't just be, just think of whatever person approached him. I do security lately, again, I'm doing another round of security and staff, crowd control. And so you don't approach a person that's already agitated. He already has a gun out. He's already shooting stuff. How do you approach a person like this? If you come out there, the man, whatever he's going through, he already has a loaded weapon, because you hear him firing it. So look at it on both sides. They felt comfortable saying, man, put that gun away. You keeping the kids up. They felt comfortable saying that to him. I just find it hard to believe, no matter what state he was in, if they approached him with some humility. I'm not saying it's their fault that they passed and he murdered them, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going to approach somebody with a loaded weapon and you don't have one, there's not one in the house, clearly. He didn't just shoot one bullet through 5 people. I'm talking about this is real. Like, if before you approach someone like that, no matter how long you think you know them, get it together. I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, people, it's a lot of people that just go off you know, in traffic, just going off. You just don't know who you're dealing with, right? Have a strategy and a plan for dealing with something like this. Don't just get fed up and go off emotions. As tough as going on down there, it's just, I just find it highly offensive that his attorney is saying on TV or to anybody, and that the mainstream media has the nerve to report that, like they want to taint the jury in his favor. He's going to plead not guilty. Yeah, he can do that. I mean, but, you know, I mean, the only thing, I mean, if they have the wrong guy, he should go out, he should go free. But I mean, if he's guilty, I mean, man, at some point, show some humility. All right. Keeping it real. Taibu Muad'Dib. And if y'all thought that that was something, this next news story is really going to blow your mind. Really going to blow your mind. All right. Because I don't want to make this, I mean, I do live your truth now because I wanted to talk about more, a broader scope of subjects. You guys know this. But what I'm saying to you is just think about it, okay? As I present this. The Supreme Court is doing away with affirmative action. Doing away with it, right? So it says businesses brace for attack on you know, discrimination and affirmative action, right? The Supreme Court dismantles. So it's an election year. Everybody knows this. How come if you're, you know, are you registered to vote? You know, if you're not, why would you not vote? Because the people that you vote into the executive branch are the ones that appoint the people that work in the judicial branch at the highest level. So your vote does matter. All right. Let's go ahead and listen into this. It's crazy.
Businesses brace for attack on day after Supreme Court dismantles affirmative action. While the court decision doesn't detail rules for employers, businesses are watching carefully to see how and if the legal landscape shifts. Universities can no longer consider race when dealing out acceptance letters to higher education hopefuls. Thursday's Supreme Court decision could set a precedent beyond college campuses, potentially affecting affirmative action's corporate counterpart, diversity, equity, and inclusion. While the decision doesn't detail new rules for employers, businesses are watching carefully to see how and if the legal landscape shifts. These initiatives set out with a mission of making healthier work environments and addressing long-time labor inequities. In recent years, the three-letter acronym has been dragged through a culture war among Republicans and Democrats and made into a growing industry of consultants. U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission Chair Charlotte Burrows said the decision does not address employer efforts to foster diverse and inclusive workforces, and it remains lawful for employers to implement these programs that seek to ensure workers of all backgrounds are afforded equal opportunity in the workplace. Burrows said the decision turns away from decades of precedent and will undoubtedly hamper efforts to ensure diverse student bodies. That's a problem for our economy because businesses often rely on colleges and universities to provide a diverse pipeline of talent for recruitment and hiring, Burrows said.
So now, look at how deep this goes. First, it was gerrymandering, where electoral districts are trying to, you know, fix the lines and their boundaries so that more of one particular voting class is all in the same, you know, grouping, so that they can come out strong for their candidate. Gerrymandering, right? And in essence, excluding marginalized neighborhoods, all right? Excluding people who don't have IDs or who can't read and write, whatever the case may be. Now, if you think about it, the Supreme Court has said affirmative action no more. Everything is going up. Prices on eggs, prices on gas, everything's housing, everything's going up. So the Supreme Court says that in colleges and in schools and in the business workplace, right? Diversity, equity, inclusion, we don't care about it. It's illegal to make that how your company operates, to the extent where you're denying now the majority entry. So you don't longer have to keep a quota of so many people of color on your staff. Universities no longer have to have a certain amount of scholarships or opportunities go to people of color. Now, when you know that the schools are still unequal, largely across the whole country, an all European-based school and an all African-based school, you know that there's a gap, a huge gap, not just in achievement and graduation, but in the education given to these young people. So virtually, this decision by the Supreme Court, this decision, what's going on, Gilly? This decision by the Supreme Court is literally kicking us out of the marketplace. African people, wake up. And this is why I said, go to the More Deep Global page and put an application for the Citizens Justice League, because they are phasing us out of the marketplace. Without affirmative action, it's a no-go. It's a straight up no-go. And there's no way around it. You know, you can't fudge and act like, oh, that's not a big deal. It's a big deal. It is a big deal. If y'all didn't know, the Supreme Court has decided against affirmative action. So there's no longer a quota for universities and businesses to hire a certain amount of people of color. And since we know that our youth are marginalized in this public educational system, that's almost giving them virtually no chance to be successful at higher levels of achievement and vocation. Y'all gotta wake up now, because I'm telling you right now, if you don't wake up, you're gonna miss it. Oh, Illy, I got you, baby. I'm finna shoot you the link. Don't even worry about it. You can jump on in here, because the Supreme Court tripping right now. And furthermore, we won't stand for it. That's why I had to bring it out. Furthermore, we won't stand for it. I don't even know how to find you. It's one G. I thought it was two G's. All right. There we go. Representing the whole 608. Go ahead and tap the link. Jump in here with me. Let's talk about the Supreme Court. Let me tell y'all how bad this is. This is so bad because how can I put this into words? This is so bad because how do we overnight, the Supreme Court overnight says you don't have to have any more quota in how many you hire, people of color you hire. So every person of color that's not living in a major metropolitan or urban area is now on the outside looking in. I mean, what are they going to do? That means you have to basically move to where so now we're being segregated by these Supreme Court rulings. We have to live where most of us are at so that, the companies are comfortable already hiring us, but they depend on our labor. Otherwise, we're on the outside looking in. It's amazing. I shot you a link, homeboy. Go ahead and jump in. You ain't got to even be seen. You can just jump in, just have your voice on, whatever. But I want to hear some of that music too, so hop in and give us some flavor. I'll allow a little bit of cussing, just a little bit. I'm telling y'all, man, it's devastating. It's devastating. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing this. There's so much in that Supreme Court ruling. I'm Taibu Muadi. Please go check that ruling out and see what it means for you and your community. All right. Okay. The topic of discussion tonight is he wants to, she doesn't. How does he go about getting his way? Now it's a recap, all right? The recap is, men, if you want to get your way, get an understanding first, right? Because that understanding is going to give you a solid foundation to build on, right? Then be patient. Nothing is sexier to a woman than a patient man, than a man that exudes patience. Nothing. I'm telling you right now. Not the big wallet or the big willie. It's patience. Trust me what I'm saying. Because a lot of lames out there be tricking these women. They get caught up with a lot of fakes and jokers and users and manipulators have understood this for a long time. That's how they get them. Ugly, chunky, super not their types, whatever the case may be. Get that bad chick because he's patient. I'm telling you right now. Because he's patient. Right? Oh, he waited on me. Patient. Y'all, they're like, you wrong type. Beauty's only skin deep, but ugly is to the bone. No, let me stop. No, I didn't. No type who did. Yes, he did. No, he did. So the suggestions are physical touch. Physical touch, right? After you've shown her that you're patient, and they know it immediately. Oh, we got cool. We got real cool. They're gonna be like, wonder what you're gonna do next. Go ahead and make a move. My suggestions are, this is the coaching. Physical touch. If you know her, you with her, what does she like? Is a nice brush across? Does she want a nice full bear hug and just to hold each other? What does she like? Foot massage, offer her a back rub. What does she like? All right, don't creep her out, but get that physical touch thing happening. And then shut up. Don't say a word. Speak if not. Nothing is more attractive to today's woman and yesterday's woman than a man that keep really. There's women out there right now, ladies, I understand, that fear you coming home or answering your phone because of what's going to come out your mouth. So men, if you want to get your way, give her that physical affection and don't say a word. Even if she's like, oh, babe, what you doing? Just keep on going in. A quiet man. Come on, ladies. Where the clapping? Where the hands at? Y'all ain't clapping, you know? And I appreciate y'all when I had my Cash App up there that gave them donations. I appreciate that. Y'all shooting them little bits of money and stuff like that. Somebody gave a help them some. I appreciate that. Y'all don't even know I got blessed with it. I've been getting blessed. So that's why I'm going all the way with you guys. All right. So I appreciate you. Now I'm giving back. Y'all gave to me. Now I'm giving back. If you want assistance right now, go to Calendly.com right now and book your time with me. I'll reach out to you. I get right to my email. I'll line it up, put it on my day planner list. Let's go. And ultimately, accept the situation. Ultimately, just accept it because it's going to go in your favor. If you've exhibited all those different strategies, by the time you have to just accept the situation, okay, she's not going. All right. That's when she's going to come to you because she know at that point, if you've done everything to establish that right foundation and you make your move and you follow those 3 suggestions, right? The 3 recommendations, follow them to the T. Then she, if she's a woman that worth being with, I'm telling you, fellas, if she's worth being with, she's going to come to you and you're going to have your way. So I got for you guys this evening. All right, here's the call to action. If you're stuck, if you've been stuck for a while, just don't know what to do. It could be your relationship. It could be a goal that you set to learn something new. If you set a goal to read through a book that you bought, you really wanted to, but you just can't find time to do it. I don't care how small or elevated the goal is. If you have been struggling with it, you're stuck. You can't move. Right? You see it on the description. You see it right there on the screen. Go to calendly.com/Coach Taib for assistance right now. And I'm going to show you how easy. That's why I got my iPad. I'm going to show you how easy it is. Whether you go to your Safari and type it in, like I'm doing, calendly.com, all right, /Coach Taib. And you can do this at any given time, all right? So I threw that in there, calendly.com /Coach Taib, just like that. Bam, throw it in there, hit go. And look what pops up. That's what pops up right there. All right. Calendly.com /Coach Taib. That's what pops up right there. If you don't get that page, you did something wrong. That was on my Safari. So go to the Safari. I show it to you again. When you type in calendly.com because you want assistance now, /Coach Taib, that's the page that you should get. All right. If you don't get that page, you did something wrong. A call to action has to have some sort of, story behind it. No one really was there for me when I needed help. So I want to be there for you guys. No one was really there for me to help me develop strategies. I want to be there for you guys. I know what it's like to flounder around and not know why I'm not getting any results, why I'm not reaching my goal. Have a clear goal. I speak it into existence, but I just don't have the strategies to get there. Many of you are living so fast. Let me tell you something. This is the nugget for tonight. Monday night, it's a holiday, but let me tell you something. Listen in. Everybody come closer to the screen. Come close to the screen. Listen in. I'm going to break it down for you. Many of you can't achieve your goal because of sleep deprivation. Many of you have anxiety. That's blocking you. You're afraid to sleep. Many of you can't reach your goal. Sleep deprivation. Let me tell you something. Do your research, fact check. Many of you are afraid to go to sleep because you're going to miss something, or you're going to oversleep. Many of you are afraid to get up. You want more sleep. It's causing you all kind of anxiety. You're stressed out. I know. You think I don't know, but I know. I'm shooting to you right now. If you have these issues, you automatically qualify for the first step coaching program. All you need to do is develop strategies. You should love sleep. You should get the most out of sleep. Sleep should be the best time of your day sometimes. To rest and rejuvenate your body. If you can't get your thoughts together, it's because you're not getting enough sleep. All right, that's the nugget for today. I'll break that down. Let me write that down so we can get back to that. Today, I'm gonna come back to that. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Juneteenth is just passed. They're still celebrated out here, man. All the way from Juneteenth through the 4th of July. Freedom and more freedom. But if you're not free, go to calendly.com /Coach Taib, man. Let's get you some strategies to open your world up. And y'all can go back. If you want to fact check Taib Muad'Dib, Google the name. Look at all the productivity I've experienced in the last 5 years alone. Right? You will see a big gap about 7 years ago with me now on Facebook for like 3 years. You'll see a big gap. But if you do your fact checking and you see how I'm living now, how I'm talking now, how much stuff I'm doing now, a totally different life. I want you to do that and then go to calendly.com /Coach Taib and get to it. Has things been perfect? No. Have I had to make some tough decisions? Yes. Have I been involved in some wild situations? Yes. But the solid strategy keeps me foundationally set in position to continue to be productive and excel, to achieve my goals and my benchmarks, and to celebrate them. That's what you'll see. Right? People can be wishy-washy, right? Don't count on their support. get coaching, get a skill set, and grow. It's Taibu Muad'Dib, man. Go to the Taibu Muad'Dib page. I'm gonna put down sleep deprivation. I'll add that. I'm gonna drop some more nuggets on sleep deprivation in my teaching this weekend. Make sure that you go to county.com/Coach Taibu and spend some time talking with me and let's get a look at a good quick discovery call. Let's see if you're a good fit for the coaching program and what it is that you really need, because that way you can be in a position to make this week's teaching class. All right. And the broadcast with the song that started it all. Live your truth, man. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to offer you guys, this great service. So take advantage of it. Like I said, invite your friends, post and share this on your page. Talk about, the coaching and tips I just gave you, fellas, how to get your way. Ladies, talk to your man. And I'm helping you ladies out. I just broke down some strategies. If you want them to be good, relationship with you, if you want that thing to kind of blend together, y'all have that vibe, get that vibe back, show me strategies, or lead them to my coaching platform. I'll coach them up. Don't be so quick to throw away a good opportunity with somebody because of your own lack of strategic thinking and planning. All right. Taibu Muad'Dib right here, man. Letting y'all.
Good evening, everyone.
Let me give y'all a demonstration one more.
Taibu Muad'Dib, host, podcast entertainer, author, motivational speaker. Every weeknight, 9:30-ish p.m. We go crazy. In fact, we going nuts right now. Hit it, Shay. Come on, a little bit more. Yeah. It's cold out here, y'all. And I'm telling you one thing. It's amazing. How come they don't know? No one's life is the Cosby Show. Killer cops is nothing new to melanated people, bro. Not in the America that locks us up for mega busting, legalized prostitution so the mob can get their cut. CIA agents bringing dope in from the south and spread it through the hood so we can take each other out. The sadness in the hood isn't just some recent shit. It's the same thing that you can see on the slave ship. Trauma passed through generations lead to a peculiar life. Can't believe in freedom, even if one of your parents right. I'ma do it right. I'm conscious and I know the way. I got roots in Africa. Pittsburgh was my birthplace. International businessman from inmate 15208. African Messiah, dog. Someone had to save the day. All you want is metaphors about the club and freaking horse. Stacking up your paper, flashy cars, and them pulling tours. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. It starts out with Congress, yeah. And the folks who scheme and plot. Once they pass the laws, it's on you and I to know what's up. And since we don't, that's how come the jails are jam-packed with us. I got my fist raised. And unity is in my heart. No matter who you are, come and live your truth. That's how it starts. Yeah. That's how it starts. Go get it. Go, 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 go. Don't you know it's war? They coming after you with all they got. All you want is metaphors. International businessman. Can't believe in freedom. Pleasure to meet each and every one of you. Taibu Muad'Dib and Shay. This is Live Your Truth. Pull up a chair. Get your popcorn ready. Let's make it happen together. We appreciate you for joining us. Tap in.
that's the show. Want to see y'all all accountable. Let's go.